if you've ever been sniped by an NPC with a shotgun in The Division 2, then this one's for you.
Thug life.
I am going to give you the power to return to favor with a very unique Super 90 shotgun build that has the precision and strength to surgically remove heads.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake.
Hit like if unique and effective builds are for you, and comment surgical to support the channel. Shotguns in the Division 2 pack a ton of power and work great when you play super close and personal.
He's just resting. He's so sleepy.
But that recoil.
Got a little bit of kick to it.
This loadout dramatically reduces recoil, helping you fire consecutive shots faster and on target. It's so easy to handle, even a schoolgirl can use it.
Excuse me?
Yeah, excuse you?
And the reload time, which usually sucks, is now not a thing because you will have lightning hands.
Yeah, I get it. Can I shoot the damn thing or not?
I'm gonna bleed out.
It all might look a little crazy, but this setup just might bring the schoolgirl out of you.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
So I'm building this around this beautiful shotgun called the Super 90. There's different Super 90s in the game. This one's the Tactical Super 90 SBS. It doesn't matter which one you use. But what's special about the Super 90 is that you can equip an 8x scope for 30% headshot damage and more precision at range. Just because you can doesn't mean you always should, but with the Super 90 it makes sense because the pellet bloom is nice and tight, allowing you to reach further on target, and that scope is giving you an additional 30% headshot damage, which is not a little thing. It's sort of funny. This all started out as a joke because one day I was getting pelted by an enemy and I was like, where are those shots coming from? And I looked, and what I've discovered was a NPC using an M870 at like 80 meters out, and he was wailing on me from that distance. And I was like, I'm being sniped by a shotgun in the Division 2.
Hey, wait a minute. Am I being punked? Where's Ashton? Ashton!
I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it back. And I figured out that this shotgun allows you to do it. Now, you're not going to be able to reach 80 meters or anything like that, but you can definitely reach further from cover or out of cover and pack a more serious punch thanks to that scope. And I actually really like running this scope. Now, I can tell you right now, you don't have to run this scope for this build to work. And I've ensured that you have enough damage to be able to get the chain kill effect. But if you're not going to run this scope, go ahead and run the weapon handling scope so that you get accuracy, stability, and reload speed. As far as the other mods, I got reload speed and more reload speed, and that's because I am reloading individual rounds from time to time, even though we have a talent that reloads our mag fully. So what's special about the Super 90 also is it got a very high RPM for a shotgun at 160 RPM, got 8 rounds in the mag, and a very decent damage. It's not top, but it's pretty darn good and gets the job done. I got damage to targets out of cover, and we have 12% damage to armor. That's special. That's what shotguns give you, that extra damage to armor. And then we got a 2.4 second reload. So that's the thing about shotguns, especially the ones that have the damage to kill an enemy with a single shot. They got sort of horrible reloads, and that's with these reload modifiers and all the weapon handling I have on the build. It's normally way over 3 seconds. So this is very good, that number, believe it or not. But I'm running pummel, so every 3 consecutive kills refills the magazine and grants 40% additional weapon damage for 10 seconds. And that's a lot of damage, right? There is a named Super 90 that gives you perfect pummel that only requires you to have 2 kills. You only got that with the pre-order, so you can't get that now. So I've made other versions of this in the past. So this is an updated version thanks to Season 11 gear. And one of the things that's making it possible is actually the Hot Shots gear set. That's because it's giving us 30% weapon handling. And mostly we want that for the reload, but also to tighten that pellet pattern so that we can land those headshots with precision. Overall, it's the lightning hands, that really fast reload, that I want you to pay attention to, because I'll tell you that is the one downside of the Super 90 is that long reload, and this is a cure for that. And so we're not going to use the 4 set, but we got marksman rifle damage. We're using that a little bit, but not really. Anyways, we're after that weapon handling and the third piece for the 30% headshot damage. I'll talk about that in a moment. But I got armor, more weapon handling, and protection from elites. That's right, we got so much damage on this build that we can run protection from elites. And that's the magic of shotguns. Here's the gloves with armor and headshot damage, and then the holster 4 armor and more weapon handling. So you can put a Badger Tough instead of this third piece of hotshot gloves for more weapon damage, but the reality is 30% headshot damage is way more valuable than just 10% damage to your shotgun. For the knees, I decided to go with Habsburg for 15% headshot damage and an armor core, have weapon handling and more headshot damage. If you're looking to be part of a strong positive community, then I have you covered. Join Tux's Discord. We're not elitists and we're so much more than just clans and raids. Tux's Discord continues to grow as the central hub for the player base that loves this game and wants to see it thrive. And if you love builds, this is the spot. Also, join Tux's Players Club to support the channel, the cause, while getting access to member perks and extra content like gaming music playlists. Click the join button below. And the chest piece, I went with Providence with weapon damage, headshot damage, and weapon handling. I got more protection from elites. And of course, the talent Headhunter for 1,250% damage of your last killing blow to the head. And so that's what's allowing us to chain kill with the Super 90. And if you don't always get your chain kill effect because you miss some, don't even sweat it. You're killing them in 1 to 2 shots anyways. And the backpack, of course, is the Memento, the best backpack for out of cover gameplay thanks to that beautiful bonus armor, which is why we're running all the armor on the build in the first place. This gives us 3 cores and have more protection from elites. That's my third and final mod. And so we're going to have 30% weapon damage in our long-term buff, 3% armor regen in our long-term buff, which is great because I don't have any other armor on kill, and 30% skill efficiency helping our skills. So I'm really running this for the bonus armor. As you can see, I have 5 blue cores, so that's 10% bonus armor per blue core for 50% armor on kill or bonus armor on kill. That's going to last for 10 seconds and we're chain killing, so we're stacking those. But that's 850,000 bonus armor off of a single kill trophy. Huge, pushing you near 3 million in armor off of 1 kill. Because of that, I didn't need to run gunner. You don't need to run sharpshooter. So I decided to go with firewall. And the reason why I went with firewall for my specialization is so that I can have access to the striker shield. You're gonna need some sort of shield in case you get jumped by a big mob of enemies. And this one really helps. As you can see, I have all the firewall mods that you need. And the reason why we want this shield is because we're gonna get that damage bonus per enemy at 12% per enemy standing in front of you inside your cone. That's crazy. The health on the shield is at 4.7 million. And all these stats are before the Memento kicks in with the skill efficiency. This is a tier 6 shield. Very hard to break, but you don't want to be running around with the shield popped out. You're gonna be too slow and a bullet magnet. So what you want to do is use your bonus armor so that you can move fast. Use your cover to cover run capabilities so you can move fast, and then pop the shield when you're in front of the enemies, or don't pop the shield at all and just keep using that bonus armor. It does give you additional damage, but the truth is once you have Headhunter proc, you really don't need any additional damage. You don't need any additional damage in the first place, but when you're stepping in front of a big group of enemies, it's nice to minimize your incoming damage, and that's why I have it. And I also find that when I'm running a lot of blue cores, it's nice to go ahead and go with the shield as a skill because you invested in those cores and they're going to translate over to your shield and make it really strong, and there's no other skill that can do that. For the other skill, I'm running the decoy. It's nice to distract turrets or whatever. For my secondary weapon, I'm running the Nemesis. You don't really need it, but it gives me some long-term range. I use it sometimes, but it's not really that important. And then I'm running the D50 as my pistol for determined. Stats are going to be really important here. So as you can see, I have 184 headshot damage, 12% damage to armor, and then we have the 10% damage to targets out of cover. So plenty of multiplicative damage. You don't have to worry about not running Hunter's Fury. You do not need armor on kill because you already have armor on kill in the form of bonus armor on kill. Yes, it only lasts 10 seconds, but you're constantly killing enemies. So you're killing at least 1 enemy every 10 seconds, which is 850,000 or 50% armor on kill, bonus armor on kill, lasting 10 seconds, and you're gonna refresh that. So you don't need regular armor on kill. The 3% armor regen that's happening underneath your bonus armor is enough to stay alive. It's rare you even need an armor kit. And I'm running this with 3 directives. We could go all 5 directives, but I wanted to have my skills available, as well as I didn't want to have to switch to my pistol for ammo. Ammo could be an issue if you're running Pistolero. And when you have your shotgun in hand, you really don't want to switch weapons too much, because if you do, you're going to lose your progress to pummel, which is giving you that auto reload. You want to take advantage of that as much as possible. Now I want to show you that you don't need this scope. It's important that you have 150% headshot damage. And so if you take off the 8x scope, you're going to lose 30% headshot damage. So I just want to confirm with you that you're still going to be over the threshold of 150% headshot damage even without the scope. And that's really cool because we have 3 protection from elite mods on the build also, where you could put headshot mods there instead of those, pushing headshot damage even higher. So we're doing all of this without the scope or with the scope. with protection from elite mods or headshot damage mods. Go with whatever you prefer, but I like protection from elite mods, especially when I'm running bonus armor, because it allows my bonus armor to stay up longer because it makes it harder for those elites to take it down. And same with the shield. Protection from elites also reduces the damage to your skills. Skills are considered proxies to you. Watch this video to learn how to get the best loot in the game.
Follow me.